Alright folks, well we are going to try some bush flying in this awesome sim we haven't really done yet. Flying at an old location I used to fly at a lot back in the FSX days. Talk about it here more in a moment. So welcome to Bold, Alaska. Little airstrip not too far from Anchorage. Used to fly out of here a ton just because it was kind of cool. Obviously it looks way nicer now. This water is so much nicer than it was in FSX. That is a absolute fact. Great looking airplane. It's a little different. It feels like I'm sitting way higher, but I have more view over the nose compared to the old Super Cubs. It's modeled like this. Not too shabby. So what I would used to do, let's go ahead and do a quick turnaround here. What I used to do out of this valley is I'd fly up and over these mountains to another couple airfields, and then I would leapfrog my way through the mountains, which I haven't done yet in this sim. So it may be time I do a video on that. I need to test them out, make sure the fields are still where they are, and that they're functional. Unfortunately, I don't have a good way to save like the progress, so I just have to take notes essentially of where I started and when, and then just set up the next flight as progress. You used to be able to save the flight. You would effectively have start where you left off, which was unfortunate that Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 does not do that. There's Bold Airport down there. I would call it an airport. It's just a dirt strip, but pretty cool little location if you're looking for a place to bush fly. We'll run up the valley here to find the next little airstrip and put it down, see how it goes. Again, I haven't flown this airplane but one other time a little while ago, and I found out that I had some double keybinds, so I had to fix that before doing the recording again. Let's get this trimmed out a little bit here as we go external and take a look at this awesome airplane. Not sure my trim button's bound. It's alright, I got a floor mounted stick, it's not terrible to fly it. Watch your ears, you're going outside. Yeah, it's a pretty cool modern bush plane. Big old tires. Let's get a cool screenshot for the thumbnail here. Back inside. So if I decide to do that leapfrog trip again, I'll probably do it in an aircraft that at least has a GPS screen on it, which I think there's another bush plane in here that has a full glass cockpit, which is a little weird for me, but for keeping all the navigation in the cockpit is very much useful, I think, and my preferred way of doing it, because I don't like having the extra screens all the extra add-ons that a lot of video makers leave on there for literally make this thing game mode, which is not supposed to be. Okay, I guess it is. It's a game, but at the end of the day, you make it what it is. If you want to take it seriously, you can actually learn some pretty cool stuff in this sim. I haven't done anything with VAT Sim really ever because I've done DCS for almost 7 years, pretty hardcore, so it's all SRS and talking to actual people. But usually not with any procedures, and just kind of team working. So going to the VAT Sim realm in the future will be really interesting to see, especially on on an aircraft like this, or even the something different, a little bit more sophisticated, something that will make this trip a little bit faster. Even though I can crank it up, this thing's got a pretty good range on it by the looks of it. We're on the pretty slow range at the moment. Not even touching the red and the RPM, so let's speed it up a little bit. Hopefully you can hear me okay with the sound of this airplane. It's pretty loud. So what I find is interesting is I would have to go back and look at my old screenshots for this location to see if it was actually modeled correctly. I could have swore this valley came out fully in the water out to this main valley. That's if we go out here and take a left, we'll fly towards Anchorage, and there's an Air Force base I think there as well. Can't recall the name of it. This thing's pretty fast. It's got a lot of power, obviously, so you can get in and out of small places. These giant tires. I love it. Bush planes are always been really cool, just like helicopters and gliders. I mean, bush planes are awesome. And that style of flying is really cool. Simple aircraft, which I like. I have to see if I can fly it from the back seat. Probably would be soloed from the back seat like most Cubs. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fly up here more often. This has always been a really cool location. And obviously Alaska is the home of real bush flying, so why not? External again, take a look behind us. Oh, that's pretty. Try to fly this thing like a RC airplane. It's a little different than thumbs. Alright, I think I'm gonna have to take a look at the map. Oh, is that button not working? Alright. This one. I really don't like using these extra maps here, but yep, see, we're tracking all right. A couple airports, I can probably see that off the, yeah, right over here, it looks like. All right, well. I mean, I'm sure I'd be all over the radios talking to Anchorage Center and further down that way. In the Air Force Base, I think. But pretty scenery for default scenery. Looks so much better than FSX. Sims have come a long way since then. Ah, there's that little airport. I think we will call our flight done there. That way the video's not terribly long this time, just to test out this cool airplane. First time landing this thing, this ought to be fun. Not too worried. If I can fly the Corsair in DCS, I'm pretty sure I can fly this Cup. Although that Corsair is pretty broken at the moment with this ground handling. Which is very unfortunate. water looks so good in this sim. What an absolute difference it makes. Not too shabby. See if I can find a taxiway here to get off this thing. There we go. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Parking brakes on. Cut off button. Should be off. There we go. Okay. This thing's a little fancier than a Super Cub. Whew, that got quiet. Let's see. Does the door open? I think the door opens in here. Oh, is it not clickable? Well, that's unfortunate. Well, I guess we'll be stuck in the airplane. Appreciate you watching. We'll go to external here. Take a look at this awesome airplane out on the ground. Nice parking job, too. A little newer, fancier bush plane than what I'm used to in the past from Super Cubs. And tons of power, man. They got so much power now. It's really cool. Well, thanks for watching. If you stuck with me this long, it's not a terribly long video, just a little different flight in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. Stay tuned for more.